Hey, thanks again for stopping by the Contemplation Cafe. This is Paul, your host, as always, inviting you to come inside, pull up a chair, and have a think or two. And today's exhortation or encouragement and food for thought is coming out of 1 Corinthians. We're going to start today in chapter 1, right around verse 18 to about 31. So let's just jump right into it. For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? For since in the wisdom of God the world through wisdom did not know God, it pleased God through the foolishness of the message preached to save those who believe. For Jews request a sign and Greeks seek after wisdom. But we preach Christ crucified, to the Jews a stumbling block and to the Greeks foolishness. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. For you see your calling, brethren, that not many wise according to the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to put to shame the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of the world to put to shame the things which are mighty. And the base things of the world, and the things which are despised, God has chosen, and the things which are not, to bring to nothing the things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. But of him you are in Christ Jesus, who became for us wisdom from God, and righteousness, and sanctification, and redemption, that as it is written, he who glories, let him glory in the Lord. And now let's flip over to 1 Corinthians chapter 4. Which I have way overshot. And I would encourage you to read verses 6 through 13, but I'm just going to zero in on verse 10. And of course, Paul here is talking about the issues and challenges that they face as apostles. We are fools for Christ's sake. But you are wise in Christ. We are weak, but you are strong. You are distinguished, but we are dishonored. And if you haven't seen it lately, the persecution against the church and against our gospel and against our God is on the rise. And it used to be persecution was far off. That's something that happened overseas. It happened in China. It happened in Africa. It happened in the former Soviet Union. It never happened here. Maybe someone would call you a Jesus freak or some religious nut job every now and then. You would feel like, oh, I've been persecuted. Oh, they call me a nut job. They call me a crazy. Well, no, now those times have changed and persecution has come here. The heavy hand of government on the one hand and an uptick in those very people who are not going to be in the kingdom of heaven. They are enemies. And whether they are anti-God vociferously, or they believe in alternate philosophies or whatever, you can clearly see that God has chosen the quote-unquote foolishness of the gospel to put to shame the wisdom of men. Years ago, back in 1 Corinthians, I saw a t-shirt, and it said, I'm a fool for Christ. Whose fool are you? And that's the question I want to leave you with today and have you contemplate. Are you a fool for Christ? If you're not, then whose fool are you? You're only going to serve one of two masters. You're going to serve the Lord or you're going to serve the devil. And I don't care if you are a secular humanist and you serve yourself and think you're all that in a bag of chips, or you bow down to a tree or a rock or a flower or chirping birds or a head of lettuce. It doesn't matter. You're really serving the devil. It's just the devil in disguise. He's just the master deceiver. So you may think you're serving one thing, but ultimately you're serving him. So today, I have you contemplate and think about it. Whose fool are you? Whose fool should you be? And with that being said, we'll catch you again next time at the Contemplation Cafe. Thanks again for stopping by.